Hey everyone, we got a real treat for you again. We have Nate Hach with us. He played Nathan, ironically, in our movie My Summer, Ohio. So Nate, welcome. I know we haven't seen you in a few years. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you've been up to.
All right. Just been keeping busy with work and life and everything. I moved over from doing film work into more like voice acting, and somehow started like co-writing a couple of projects. So that was interesting. And now I kind of know how you guys feel. And other than that, just, keeping my nose to the grind and everything. So life's been good.
Nate, when you think back, you accept the role, you're going to work on this first time feature film. Do you remember, do you have any hesitations or kind of expectations for the project with it being a very, very low budget film?
I wasn't really expecting a lot, but the concept sounded pretty solid, and schedules just happened to work out where it just seemed like a good opportunity. So I dove in, and it helped that the character's name was Nathan. That really made it stand out on the casting call.
Do any major challenges come to mind? I mean, either a specific scene or just the filming process, anything that comes to mind?
The more somber moments where Nate's thinking about his brother and everything. We had this one particular scene that we shot in the kitchen where nothing's said, and Nate's just looking at the watch that he's been holding on to for the whole film. And that moment, I just remember needing to take 15 minutes to build up to that point where I was just ready to emotionally break. I think that one was the biggest challenge.
But have you ever played a role like that where it's so, out of your character like that?
Once, but that was for a short film.
Okay.
And so I don't think that I really had as much of an emotional connection to that character as I did with the one I got to play in this film. Just having more time to reach that emotional through line definitely helped out. And honestly, I think this is probably one of my best performances on film.
I think we think so too.
I can't imagine anyone else playing this character.
We saw your video. It was the embodiment of Nate, we're looking for that person. So I don't know, it's lucky, I guess, but also you're very talented to get that role.
Thank you. That means a lot.
It seemed like such a great group of people that got along very well. What can you say about not the friendship, but the chemistry between actors and actresses, how important that is to a project?
Oh, it's vitally important. It could make or break an entire movie if your actors aren't getting along well. So I think you found a very great cohesive group of people that just I don't know how to describe it, but there was that instant connection, and
Is there any one moment or person that you really bonded with, or remember a good time you acted with?
Well, I still talk to Gideon, and I ran into Katie a couple of weeks ago, and it almost felt like there was no time lost between us. And I'm really looking forward to the premiere because I just can't wait to see everybody and to catch up. I loved everyone's energy when we were working on the film, and if I ever had the opportunity to work with them, any of them again, I would. Absolutely.
So overall, are there any scenes that you either really enjoyed or were kind of favorites, just a film, or something you're proud of, anything really?
If I can cheat and say a set of scenes, there was one full day of shooting. It was the first day that I had done with you guys, and I think it was just the most memorable because it really set the tone for me for how the rest of the production was going to go, and I ended up really looking forward to the project. In particular, working with Molly, she was just a whole bundle of enthusiasm, and really made me feel comfortable working with you guys. And We also had that one scene where I was riding off on the bike after talking to the detective. And that was, I think, the first time in like 6 years I'd been on a bike. So for one of the shots, I took a spill and scraped up my knee. And so for the rest of production, like anytime I wore shorts, we had to try and hide it.
Through the editing, it's like, I mean, knowing the script so well, there are so many moments where like actors made things up or like improv, like you riding the bike away and yelling larceny.
Woohoo!
Yeah, grand larceny.
Yeah, larceny. Like that wasn't in the script, but it's like, oh, that's perfect. Like it made sense. I'm like, I love it. But I mean, I didn't say, hey, Nate, why don't you yell larceny when you're riding away? Like, and that was day one. You just kind of
no
knew.
Context in like this very nice neighborhood. Just scream out larceny. Right.
It just made sense. And the reactions from, I think Billy was there and the Graham and Molly. And
Billy Stone.
Like the reaction was great from it. Just like, where'd that come from? But okay, let's roll.
Some parts where your character meets Bridget's character for the first, like in the parking lot, they kind of agree to team up.
Yeah.
And watching the footage, we shot the whole scene like probably 5 times, but most of it was in daylight.
Mm-hmm.
The sun, the clouds and stuff, and it's amazing.
Right.
Like we shot so much, and I was like the 5th take or something. We're like, it's all cloudy. Let's do it again. And like that's the one we use. And it's like amazing what the weather. Just big budget movies don't have to worry about this kind of thing.
Actually, near the end of the movie, we have a big monologue for you. And I know you were, rehearsing a lot. I remember that day, like you were, talking to yourself and asking people for help, and everything did too. Like, how did you like prepare for that? And like, how well do you think you nailed it? And what was your preparation for that kind of thing? Because I know it's not easy, for a monologue first, but also in front of all those people too, at once as well.
Whenever I'm doing like a long monologue for theater or film or anything, I just try to make the biggest effort to get all the words right. Like I'll take a notebook and I'll start writing it from the top. And if I have to check the script, like I'll mark it. And then after 3 marks, I start back from the top. Mm-hmm. And then once I have like everything down and I can like list it off from memory, that's when I'll start digging into the emotional through line.
Yeah, I remember you doing that, and I think we only took like 2 or 3 takes, maybe at most.
Yeah, because what we ended up doing was the crowd was like, and we filmed it like 2 a.m. that night, but the crowd left by midnight. So we shot like the first part, like you walking it from behind. So you walk in front of the crowd, we see the crowd in front of you, and we shot like a few sentences with the crowd there. Mm-hmm. And then later at like 1 a.m, we went back and got like just the shots of you.
I do remember that part. I remember like really trying to envision who I was talking to in front of me, like trying to remember who was sitting where, and like I don't know.
No, it's a lot.
Yeah.
I remember like only doing 2 or 3 takes that late night, and you were still nailing it. Like you did a great job of it and everything. I was, it's one of the scenes I remember from you that, really impressed me at least. And I thought it was a great job for that part. And it's not easy to do either, especially 2 a.m. We're doing a whole day of filming already too. So
thank you.
Yeah.
God.
All right. Well, Nate, thank you again for coming on with us. It's been a blast, and you're very just a pleasure to work with. And thank you for all your time and work with us. We're very grateful.
Same. Like, thank you guys for bringing all of this together and making it possible.
Absolutely. And we'll see everyone else April 3rd. See ya.